Alright, today on Obsolete But Neat, we're gonna look at the Magnajector. Woo! Woo! Ha ha ha! The Magnajector. Oh yeah! Alright, today I'd like to talk to you about this Magnajector. This thing from the 50s, but I don't know if it was made before or after. It recommends a 60-watt light bulb in here. That's what it says right here, 60 watts of what it uses. And it's basically, it's a low projector. There's a little bit of there's a mirror inside it. I tried to clean up the mirror a little bit. And there is, you could probably see there's this light bulb in it. So what it would do is it would shine the light onto an image that would be the size of what this box here would appear and be able to project it onto the wall. So here is the lens. I think you can even pop the lens right out. So that was the lens for it. There's a little bit of dust on it, but it should still relatively work. The mirror looks kind of faded in the inside of it. That's kind of what it would look like in there. Probably see the floor, see my hand below it here with the mirror. So I had one of I actually had one of these when I was a kid, and what I would do is I would I think I might have had a 100-watt light bulb in it. I remember it burnt my hand trying to set this on thing, and it was kind of like an iron, like is what I always thought it seemed like. Like I set it on the table and projected an image on the wall. So just a small image. I think I was able to take whatever we had back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, I would play with this toy and just set things like records and stuff and put it on there. And the Magnajector would magnify and project it onto the wall. It was just something that's obsolete but neat. There's not a whole lot of use for something like this. I've taken my cell phone. And this goes back to the day where I had my little portable TV set, and I tried in my little kid mind to make a projection TV out of this in my little portable TV by putting it underneath. And needless to say, it didn't work very well. There was, you could kind of see a ghostly image projected on the wall, but it wasn't really half decent. Same thing with a cell phone. You could take a cell phone here in a dark room, turn the brightness up really bright, and project kind of an image, but it won't be very good. I've seen videos on the internet where people have made like a shoebox and a mirror and a lens and have made cell phone projectors. Sort of this is kind of the same thing, except the fact that it doesn't work as well as an actual projector that you get to project high definition on your wall. So you're always going to get better results with something like that, but will work a little bit, kind of, sort of, but not super great. So one thing I'd like to do with this is take it, and I got a regular 60-watt light bulb, but I'd also like to put a few of the modern lights. I'd like to put like the spinny lights and also an LED light on one of these, just to give it a try, see how it will project. One thing I found with this one, the switch was a little worn out, but I cleaned that up and I just leave it on in the on position, something this old. And on the side, so this Magnajector was from PETER-AUSTIN MFG Co, model number 250. It says Toronto, Ontario. 110 to 115 volts, 50 watts AC max lamp. So I guess they don't want you really having a 100-watt bulb in here. That was probably the thing that I just, didn't follow the instructions. And an interesting thing is that this was actually made in Toronto, that they made these in Toronto. because I used to see these at flea markets and places like that. I think this one I picked up at a flea market. I had one when I was a kid. This is not the one I had when I was a kid. I think my mother threw it away, got rid of it somewhere. Then I saw this one, and so I grabbed this one because I thought, well, it's just such a neat toy. I had a lot of fun tinkering around with this when I was a kid, just being able to project things onto the wall. You could iron your clothes if you get the lamp hot enough, I guess, with it. If you wanted, you might burn your clothes with this thing. It gets so hot. And it's interesting how it has the heat fans in the back here for the heat. Even though you could feel the heat, like the heat would be like coming out of this thing, like you could feel before you touch it, you'd feel the heat from the light bulb in these things. If you can even find the old-fashioned light bulbs anymore. So that's the projector. I'm gonna go take it into my laundry room, which is really dark in there, and I'll kind of try to show you guys on camera how it performs. All right, so I'm gonna try this thing out in the laundry room. Not very fancy room, but anyway. So I got this on this bench my grandfather made, and I'm gonna project it onto this. There's nothing on this refrigerator. It's a nice white, so it's not gonna be a very big projection. I'm just trying to like get it because I don't have a whole lot of big walls where I can project this thing on. But I'll just give you an example. I used to have a screen and all that. So we'll plug this thing in. First, I want to try my cell phone. So I was going to put my cell phone in here under the dark, and we'll see how it performs if I can kind of see my cell phone image. The thing I'm going to do on my phone is I turn the brightness to full, just to make it so that it will project the image the best. So on my cell phone, I'm just using a picture of myself, and I'm holding my son, but he's not in the shot. Some of you might wonder why I always have my children blurred out in my videos. It's just for privacy reasons. I just mentioned here. And even, this is just me holding it like closer to the... Actually, I have to pull my phone away from the Magnajector by a bit. And let's see if I get that image there. There we go. So there's a picture of me. It's kind of sideways. Here, I'll turn it the other way. There we go. So it's like... here. It's really hard to make out, but there's a image of myself wearing my hat, blue shirt. And I'm holding it a few inches away. So it's not making it huge big or anything, but it's taking my cell phone and sending the image onto the refrigerator, projecting it. Kind of hard to make out with this focus and all that. But now, I got my cell phone here. Now if I put the projector over the cell phone, it's just really, the plastic is going to cause too much of a reflection so that you won't even see the image. But if you turn the power off, you can kind of see the image a little bit. Just unplug that here. This thing's getting hot. And this light's not even bright enough. Well, I can see a little bit of a very dim reflection onto the refrigerator of where my cell phone's trying to beam the background. Alright, so I'm able to project an image of this cat. It's not the most brightest image of the cat, or in focus. So here's the Magnajector with the light coming out of it, and the cat on the wall here. And you know, you can always focus a little bit here. If I push that in, it's actually working a little bit better on the Magnajector. I just grabbed like a litter box from Club Pack. Not endorsing that kitty litter, but yeah, it is a pretty darn cute cat on the box, and it's projecting nicely onto the wall with the yellow. You can kind of see the image kind of fading, and the contrast of it, you know, as the yellow kind of fades out here on the projection. And another thing is, here's the cat there. I had to turn it the other way to get it. I think the mirror flips it. So like I was staying in front of it, and I had to switch it around because obviously there's a mirror and an effect to swap it around. So that's it, working with the 60 watt light bulbs. It is only projecting from like a few feet over, I don't know. I can reach from one arm to the other. It's like not projecting it huge. I mean, I can put it back further. And I have had like full wall projections of an image. So you can actually make an image big. It's just going to be kind of dim. It'll be big, but the bigger you go, the dimmer it will be. Alright, so I'm going to try 3 different light bulbs. So the first one I tried was the original light bulb that we would have put in one of these. This thing's freaking hot right now. So I'm going to try an LED light bulb and one of these light bulbs just to see if it will project an image and which one will generally project the better image. Alright, so I'll start with the this LED, modern day LED light bulb, because I'm not going to burn my hand taking this thing out. and just pop it in there. Just screws in, regular screw and light bulb. That's what I loved about this thing. It wasn't like an expensive proprietary light bulb, like even an 8mm film projector. You just, you know, slide that one in there and you'd be projecting some show. So I'll plug it in. We'll see if it works. There we go. Obviously now right away I could see I got it plugged in here. It's not as bright as the other bulb, just by looking at it right away. Okay, so I got the lights off. So this is like the darkest room in the house during the daytime here. So with the LED light bulb, you know, the more modern light bulb, I am getting an image. There's Kitty Cat on the refrigerator, projected on there. I haven't moved the focus. I have it all the way in. There's pretty much the sweet spot for the focus. So orange Kitty Cat's kind of projected on there. Like, I can see it. That's kind of neat. I think the brighter the light bulb, the better performance you're going to get. All right, and that's running. This one here is running the coiled light bulb, and I'm able to see the Kitty Cat. And really, the images on all three light bulbs, I probably would say, like, in the better, darker conditions, the old-fashioned light bulb would work the best. But for if I were to let my kids play with this thing, I'd probably rather them have a LED bulb, which I'm actually surprised that the LED bulb worked somewhat on this thing. So that's good to know if we were to play with this and use it as a toy for these days, because it's less chance of getting burned. So I hope you like this video of the Magnajector. It's a real interesting piece of technology from the past, from the 1950s or whenever this thing was built. And it's just amazing that it'll run with a modern day LED light bulb. And I'm surprised they don't have this toy in stores anymore, that kids aren't playing with this type of thing. You could probably get something like this that would run on batteries with an LED light bulb. I put in the bat. That would be a cool idea. So please give this video a like, share, and subscribe. If you've ever used this toy, let me know in the comments, and or any experiences that you may have had when you used one of these things in the past, these blasts from the past. Alright, now we are going to do an unboxing video. Let's see what's in the box. Ah! It's a snake! Oh no, not a snake!